Hi folks, welcome to my humble homestead in the forest, and it's fall, autumn, whatever you call it, time in my neck of the woods. And today I want to share something with you that you may not have where you live, or you may not have seen in real person. And that is this here, right here. It is bear poop. Also known as scat, droppings. Let me bring you closer. So here we are. Just to give you a reference of the size of it, there's my hand. There's about the size of it. That's about the size of it. It is fresh, and it's in my about 40 feet away from the main building. And it is completely odorless. No scent whatsoever. Let me get my nose right in it. Absolutely nothing. My nose was an inch away from it and absolutely nothing. And as I'm talking to you, I'm looking around to see if I see him, probably, well, I don't know, him or her around. And I don't see anything. I don't hear any rustling in the forest. And one reason is because our bears, black bears particularly, generally, are, well, they're more chickens than they are bears. And they're more scared of us than them. In fact, in my 11 years here in the forest, I've only seen maybe 3. And every time they caught sight of me, they turned around and they hightailed it, which is a deer reference. And then they already have big bums, if you've seen it. I don't know how to explain to you how big and round their bums are. I think you can imagine on a human. And then as they run away from you, the opposite direction, their bums, with every time their arms and legs get close together, that's how they run. Just like, you know, horses have the same thing. If you've seen horses gallop from close up, you see their bums get bigger as the legs and front legs and hind legs get close together, and then they go apart. And then anyway, you can imagine that for yourself. But that's how I've ever seen a bear, with their big bums going away from me, running away from me. So completely odorless. And this one here, they could be about half a pound to 1 pound, whatever that works out to a kilo. And because, I suppose one reason why they're odorless is because maybe, I'm guessing, that they don't eat, well, I mean, they're like me, opportunivores. That is to say that they eat whatever they can find. If they find a deer, they'll eat it, but they're not necessarily hunters. These aren't like grizzlies and that live in Alaska or Alberta or some parts of BC that will eat you and your car. These are just opportunists, whatever they find. But so in this particular case, we have a lot of apple trees on our property, and our neighbor across the road that I work for, and she has even more. Well, she doesn't have more trees than us, but her trees are more established, so that she has bigger apples. So maybe even this size each apple. And so this particular bear that's around here now, I guess, it has been eating primarily apples. So if this had any scent to it when it was super fresh, I mean, it's fresh now, I don't know how many hours ago, and I'll show you one that is a pile that is not fresh, that's 24 hours old, and you'll see it looks different. It would just smell like maybe fermented fruit or apple, anything that's fermented to you. To us, that's what it would smell like, which is not bad, because fermented fruit and things are good for you. Now, I'm not disgusted by this, and you wouldn't be if you were standing here either. I have a dump truck full of horse manure, and that's the same thing. It's very little to no scent to it, and really, if anything, it would be more like the scent of the meadows or the country, which I love anyway. So this is no meat in it, as you may be able to tell. So I'm not disgusted by this or offended. If anything, I'm more offended, disgusted by our poop and dog poop and cat poop. Those are the ones that stink, and if you get it on your shoes, you know. And so I'm going to put this and the one that's from 24 hours ago, and I'm going to take the camera and I'll show you. Put it into my compost, not for this year, but the one that sits there over winter for next year, to then be mixed with my compost and horse manure and the leaves and everything else that goes into the garden. There's nothing wrong with this. This is actually, I would call this a gift. I would call this a gift for many reasons. Now, sometimes this is, like I said, this is mostly apples, but sometimes this could be berries and all kinds of berries. You've heard me say, don't pick all of your berry fruits, be it blackberry, black currant, red currant, whatever, because this is how nature gives you a fertilizer for your wherever that they leave it, and B, imagine this as it's the seeds in it. This is nature's way of spreading. So when an apple tree, in this particular case I'm saying apple tree, when an apple tree makes the apples, the apple that you eat, that we eat, that is almost like a protective casing for the seeds. The entire purpose of that apple is for the tree to get its fruit eaten, in particular by a bear, and move along to somewhere else, and they get deposited, and another tree grows. That is the entire purpose of any fruit, be it avocado, apples, of any berries, anything. So nature has provided me with this. Now, the reason why I have 60 apple trees here, I didn't plant any of them. It's either thanks to this particular creature or any deer or anything else that ate those apples. Same for some of the fruit berry plants that I have. So let me take you to a 24-hour-old one, then you can see what it looks like. Now, focus on this real quick and memorize it in your mind, because I'm not going to do a side-by-side comparison. As you know, I don't do any editing or anything, so you will remember what the fresh one looks like. Folks, I'm back. You're not going to believe it. On my way, and I've only moved maybe 20 feet from where I was showing you making that video for you on the fresh scat or bear poop. Between there and here, I discovered another one that's only a few hours later, or earlier, I should say, than the one I showed you. And there's two more piles within 10 feet from this one. This one I saw yesterday, and it didn't look like this. It wasn't this color. It was the same color as the one I showed you. So this is an older one. See how it's evaporated and it's oxidized and it's changed color. I suppose this also happens to us if we don't have regular bowel movements. It gets hard, and you don't try to poop as many times as you can, folks. Don't hold on to it. You'll know the signs. You know what I mean by the signs. Get rid of it. Why are you keeping that in? But this is not bad. This stuff's good. This stuff is all basically apples, because we have so many apples around here. And I think now we have choke cherries too. You'll see the choke cherry seeds, or whatever the fruits that they ate. You'll be able to see the seeds. Again, completely odorless. Don't be disgusted by it. This is not human poop or dog poop or cat poop. Can go into your compost, as opposed to, please don't forget, if you're going to compost, and I really don't want you to compost your dog and cat poop, I would rather you don't. You have to be really desperate to do that. Unless you have a lot of heat, your compost gets really hot, then you're going to have parasites in there, because that's how they do the deworming in that. And then you put that in your vegetable garden, however number of years later, then you're more or less helping yourselves to the parasites. These guys, though, just apples around me. Now, this is the first time I've been here over 11 years. This is the first time I've noticed these bear scats or poop on so close to the property, and we don't leave garbage out. We don't leave anything out to attract them. Just our apple trees, when they fall down, they're rotting apples, which also smell really good, but fermented or aromatic. So that brings them close. But like I said, they're scared of us. No worries there. And as I said, I'm looking around, hoping to catch a glimpse of one, but none around. This will go into my compost for next year's use, to get even broken down more. What I was going to say one more thing, I can't remember now. Oh yeah, even though I've been here 11 years, this is the first time I've seen it so close. Obviously, our particular property is 44 acres. I've never walked the 44 acres. I've only walked maybe an acre of it. The other 43 acres is wilderness. And so I don't know what's going on there. If there are any deer antlers there, because they do drop their antlers every year at about this time. If there are any, skulls of any particular animals that have died or were hunted or anything, or bear anything, or jaws, whatever you see people have on their walls and that. I haven't seen any of those, but then because I haven't walked the rest of the 43 acres. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you because I'm fascinated by it. I get fascinated by everything and easily. And I thought I would share this with you because I don't know what this signifies in native culture to have bear poop sighting or near you or whatever. But if you know, let me know. I hope this was interesting or helpful to you.